Gye-Nyame, oh! Gye-Nyame. Oh, you don't know what I mean because you only practice Kwanzaa one time a year. We at Gye-Nyame Journey, we practice Kwanzaa 365 days a year, allowing the power of our culture to help build what our ancestors called the best life. And we're inviting you to do the same. Come and join us at freegnjecourse.com so that we can start building together. I'm out.
Oh, it's time to grab your glass with family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go.
Man, let's get it.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy, remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on, come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on, drink it, drink it, drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on, drink it. Lift and drink it. Come on. Drink that healthy air. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on, come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Come on, come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. What? Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Oh, family, man. It is so good to be standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Tim. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simple production all day, every day. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Gotta blow 'em up. Man, listen, we ain't playing here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Now, it's been some changes made with Gye-Nyame, man. I gave the keys to the kingdom. Yup. The young men are now running the social media piece, and I might not be able to post as much as I was before. They told me I was doing too much. My daughter told me that 5, maybe 7 years ago. They said, you post too much. You post too much, Brother Hot Tim. I said, all right, cool. So I turned over the keys. Now, this is a good thing because in order for our organizations to grow, we have to start passing on responsibilities and duties to our younger counterparts. We have to train and trust that they can handle things, right? And like I said, I got some capable young men and women around me. So I'm gonna let them handle it, right? And I'm doing this one for myself, two for Gye-Nyame, for the future of Gye-Nyame, because like I said, you can't really have an organization that is just grounded in my age grade. If I was just keeping my age grade and just roll with those that came through with me at the beginning of this, it would have long been dead. I believe that we are a generational organization and we have a responsibility to the future generations. And then part of that responsibility is training the young people so that they are able to take command. So that's what's going on. I talk a little bit about that in the email that's going out. It should be coming out. I'm waiting for the emoji lesson from Elder Tony because we still had to cut that up, very large file. And hopefully it'll be ready today. And we're gonna get it out to you. Those of you that's on the email list, right? The supporters list, I'm hoping that some of y'all have embarked into the Warrior Handbook e-course, right? You know what I'm saying? It's self-paced. Keep your notes. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on any of the platforms. But to really get at me, you need to get on Telegram, right? You need to get on Telegram. Hit me up on Gye-Nyame Journey on Telegram or Brother Hot Tim. And like I said, we're going to set up a session and we can have that discussion if you want. Also, you can hit us back through the emails as well. So you keep your notes on that. Hit us back with the email. I'm reading all the emails that come and I want to thank y'all. I'm still on my mushroom journey, but we do have some good news. Brother Cleve has completed brewing some ambrosia. So let's go. We're going to go on and sample some of it today. I don't know. Cleve is still new at it. You see, I poured a whole lot. I'm going to keep enough of it so that I could go on and try to make my ambrosia water. But let's look at the color. All right. It's all right. What you think? Huh? What y'all think? Color. Let's look at the color. All right. For those that don't know, this is green tea and raw honey fermented with a SCOBY, a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. The official name is June because we use honey, we don't use sugar, and it is a probiotic. You know it is kombucha. Okay.
I still smell hints of the green tea. All right. So we gonna go and try this on the toast today. All right. So let's get it. All right. First off, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that creator and we say the word of power around these parts. Ashe. Anime, where you at? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Before I move forward, those that want to get your ancestors on the list, you know what I'm saying? Join us at freegnjecourse.com. Join us at freegnjecourse.com. Enter your email, put yourself on the list, and you get the free e-course, but you'll be able to correspond with us. And in our correspondence, you can let me know I want to add my ancestors to the list, and they're more than welcome. All right. So from there, we're gonna move to our ancestors, our list of ancestors. And I got my list. Yeah, this is the one where we read the whole list. So you can read with me, you know what I'm saying? And you can add yours in there as well. But I'm gonna go through our whole list. So we lift up our glass. I'm gonna pull out the first part of the list. Yes, we got a very long list. And I want to thank all those that trusted us here at Gye-Nyame Journey with their ancestors. Man, yeah. Give it up for them. We start with Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert and Texana, Davis, Herm Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Sapet Mott, Rob Malik Kapoor, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamau, The Farmer, Elder Millie Dix, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bro, Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dagger Pulling, Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Frisk Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Grinneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend Jane Smith, Louis Henderson, Cameron Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Mike Ford Jr., Kennedy D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Meldell Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sel Weller, Vita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Seth Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammond, Jarrell Giles Watson, Spell, Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Pearlmore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt. Lost my spot. Charlie Hunt. Herman, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sell Well, Vita Farmer, Agos Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury, Sheenland, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Seth Berry, Mark Walsh, Murray B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Purchase Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachila Reese, Linda Watson Hammond, Jarrell Giles Watson, Spells, Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mills Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Surgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernie Squills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.D. Johnson, Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hannah Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Nelda Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Adamateur Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frankie Russell and David, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, Tamika Russell, Lee Mayonnaise, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West and Angela Perez, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Elise Waters, DePretis Hines, Anis Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scatterbay, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wood, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson,
Wilbur Longmire, Edith Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Member Sr., Sam Member Sr., Elon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Suann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Bingles, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Gray G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, Georgia and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Don Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca Alizano, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, had Senior Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary France, Jabel Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Keith Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alsey, West Staten, Joe Jamel Alsey, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Braun, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Merrill Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruben Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Harmon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Margaret Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Devere Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javan McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Business Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jack and the Brothers, Reginald Oliver, Marjorie Coper, Joyce Swan, Imani Grace, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Minnie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shell B. McClendon. Before I go any farther, okay, yeah. Thank you. Before I go any farther, I want to make sure that I say great week of Kujichagulia. We want to lift up all the Kujichagulia babies. As you see, I'm a Kujichagulia baby. I got the shirt on, you know, boom, boom, boom. You get these hoodies and sweatshirts and t-shirts. Just look at the stream at the bottom. You get in touch with us at Gye-Nyame Journey. Get on the email list so you know what we doing. All right, and here we go. Giving the Coogee babies a round of applause. And also, since we are feminists on Emoja, since we do it at the top of the week, we want to give all of the Emoja babies a round of applause. Nobody clapping for the Emoja babies? Can I get some applause for the Emoja babies? Give it up for them. All right. So now we're going to move to our black book. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Fatima and Shaka McNair. We got Anthony Brown, Jonathan Poor, Lottie Gaucher, cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damien Top, Stina Banks. We got Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll. We had Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Rob Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott, their older Clarence Knuckle, Elizabeth Johnson. We got Mr. Thornton. We got Johanna. We got Jashandra Lynette Lewis. We got Henderson Mosley. We got Charles Jordan. We got Henry Essex II. We got Fannie L. Webb. We got Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan, Hakeem and Como. We got Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis. We got Willie R. Mackey. We got Dr. Creamy Mackey. We got Victor Bowden. We got Priscilla Kitty Berger. We got Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Jessica Carl White, Desi Woods, TLR Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown. We got Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hawkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hawkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve, Dougie Shelton. We got William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III. Got Isaac Jackson Sr. We got Gisela Merle. Got Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Charles A. Young. We got Sylvester Foster, James Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence. Got Roselle Leathers Sr., Gladys Cope, Roselle Leathers Jr. We got Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tuta Don, Sabre Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Mentor. We got Mary Smith, Juanette Florine, Stith Gibbs. We got Carl William Duncan Jr., Jenny Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko Dinas, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams. We got Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Reese, and Arnett Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Kidd, LaShonda Jamar. Got Leroy Riley, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Monda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Pam Johnson, Vera, and Reese Fisher. We got Jerry Johnson McCallum, also known as Mama Moon. We got Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Albert, Donald Brooks, Barbara Moses, Zadie Spade, Ira Branson, Eric Winston, Darren Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny. We got Charles Stevenson Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keith, Lena Shepard, Burdell Woodland, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson. We got William Haskins, Joe Dean Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones. We got Leslie Travis. We got Charlize Barnes. We got DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Dandridge, Daisy Wilford, Frederick Smith, James Amanda Baldwin, Linda Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson. Got Irene Harris, Kelly Williams, Abu Scales, Pat Williams, Mrs. Bertha Walker, Tony Ogletree, Grandma Marguerite, Tracy Emery, Hassan Abdul Razak, Vivian Johnson, B.J. Jones, Avishel, Roberto Monterosa, Chet Word, Mama Rahani, Deborah Michelle Nash, Joseph Lane Miller III. We got Renoka Rashidi, Bobby Battle, Fred Gasson, Tracy Gasson, Eldora Gibson, Elder December, Brother Bashir, Tommy Hustle, also known as Tommy the Barber, Elder Phil Haynes, Arminta Brantley, Aunt Carol Walker Wells, Carol Ann Brooks, Jeremiah Williams, Tony Smith, Antoinette Pinson, Juanita Mosley, Michelle Simons, Irene Johnson, Aunt Pauline, Nanny Baker, Ian Dabney, Quincy Yelder, Josiah Miller, Brother David Moore, or Elder David Moore, let me correct that, Lisa Smith, Willie Thomas, Nev Fitzgerald, Decibel, Mary Lou Rosello, Yeye Motley, Yvonne, Bonnie Gatson Harris, and we have Brother Chris Mateen. Brother Chris Mateen. Brother Chris Mateen. I found out about Brother Chris yesterday morning. And we're going to lift him up, make sure that he moves to the next step of the journey with our support. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Thank you, Anime. Thank you for coming off your break. From there, we're going to move from the past, we move to the present moment. Family, we are responsible for the present moment. We are responsible for the present moment. We are responsible for the present moment. I want to lift up right now in this moment. I want to lift up right now in this moment because we need to remember that we are the key or the link between the past and the future. Right now in the present, and we have a responsibility to our ancestors. We have a responsibility to our future generations, and we have to get out and get it. We have to expand on the space and time that our ancestors left us so that we can make sure that we pass on an inheritance to our future generations. We have to do the work, family. If we don't do the work, who will? If we don't do the work, who will? I want us to remember that. So if we are not taking care of things in the moment, we are passing on problems to our future generations, and they don't deserve that. They don't deserve to have to deal with 2023 problems in 2036. We need to be handling that, right? So this is, brother, I'm lifting up the glass. I'm lifting up the glass for our future generations. We toast. No, we toast the moment. My fault, we still in the moment. I'm toasting this moment right now, and I'm pledging to do what I can. And I'm hoping you're pledging to do what you can to help make sure that we have a positive and powerful now. And we say, Ashe. From From there, family, we move on. We moving to. Move to the future. We toast our children, our children's children onto infinity, and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we lift it up and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, family, we're going to go to those special causes. Any special causes that anyone out there want us to lift our glass up for. Come on now. All right. I feel you. Ashe. Also, we want to lift up all of those that may be sick and shut in. All right. Those that might need the healing energy coming from us. Because we've been stockpiling this for a long time, family. We lifting up our glass. Come on now. Send that energy out. Say their names. Say their names. Those that may need it. We lift it up and we say, Ashe. From there, we're going to move to that selfish toast family. Your glass, you can't fill other people's glasses if your glass is not full. So we lift up our glass and we salute and we say the word of power around these parts. Come on now. We fill up our glass and that's the question I ask because I forgot. The question I ask all the time. What that you need right now in this moment to move towards your personal greatness. Lifting it up, and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. I'm in the Kujichagulia clan, right? Kuji clan, right? Lifting it up. Come on now. Come on. What tribe you in? Come on, because I've been telling y'all the tribe up. Y'all need to get on those emails, man. I'm trying to tell you. Come on now. You need to get these e-courses so that you can learn how to build. We need to learn how to build, right? We lifted it up and we say, Ashe. And of course, you know, I want to toast the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, most inspiring, the wisest and bravest individual in the room right now. I'm lifting up my glass to guess who? Don't be shy. Lift it up for yourself. Once again, Ashe. And you know, we start with the creator and we end with the creator and we say Ashe. 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 Finally, wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Let's go. I'm gonna put this down. I wanna sample on some of Cleve's ambrosia. Let's go check out and see what Cleve working with. Let's see what Cleve is working with. Let's see. Very sour. Wow. It's musty. It's sour, but not in a bad way. It's you know, I was expecting it to be a little bit sweeter than this, but hey. We're gonna work on the process. We're gonna work on getting Cleve's process because it should be a little bit sweeter. I think we might have not used enough honey because the recipe called for a certain amount of honey, and I think we might have fell short because that is not a Cleve issue. That is a Hot Tim issue. All right, I got my okay, but I could sip on that. All right, but hey, family, I want to thank y'all for joining us. I want to thank you for joining us, and you know, let's do it. Why I sip a little bit more? Let's go and do that.
I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warriors and to assist all those who are seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.